What next for Xbox and PlayStation? Now, as you all know, um, it looks like Activision Blizzard is going to Microsoft are going to buy them. That's what it's looking like in the moment. But I woke up this morning to some news that the FTC have put an appeal in. So obviously we'll see how that goes. It's like it's never ending. Do you know what I mean? And the CMA is standing by as well. The CMA are just like they're not having it basically. So they've still got the FTC to go past still, and obviously the CMA for the deal to be fully completed for Xbox Activision Blizzard. Now, what next for PlayStation and Xbox? Now, now that it is looking likely that Xbox are going to get Activision Blizzard, expect PlayStation now to do the next move. Now, there's two there's talks going around that PlayStation might acquire Rockstar. Rockstar GTA basically. Rockstar. I don't think that's going to happen. I think Rockstar. Well, first of all, it cost too much for PlayStation. I think it cost 25 billion or something like that. I think that's what I read online. That's how much it would cost if they want to buy, Rockstar, GTA, all of those. And I think Rockstar would rather stay multi-platform. They make more money. It's as simple as that. You know, I mean, just imagine when GTA 6 comes out and it launches on both consoles at the same time. They'd make billions in one day probably. So I don't think Rockstar would like to stick to one console anyway. Now the two realistic not game, sorry. The two realistic acquisitions that Sony could go for, Square Enix or Ubisoft. Now, Ubisoft, if you go on PlayStation Plus right now, the Ubisoft Plus games are more or less already there. There's only a few that I'm missing for Ubisoft Plus. And it's same with Square Enix as well. If you go on PlayStation Plus right now, there's loads of Square Enix games. So if PlayStation were going to make any acquisitions, I would say probably Square Enix or possibly Ubisoft. Now, what would Xbox do next? I don't think Xbox would, if this deal goes through, of course, the Activision Blizzard deal. I don't think they're gonna make any acquisitions anytime soon. I think it'll be sometime next year probably. If Xbox make any more acquisitions, people are saying Sega, the people who make Sonic, that they could possibly acquire them, of course. But I think what Xbox need to do now is, I've said it before and I say it again, they need to get those games out. I know next year is looking good for Xbox regarding the games. We've got like maybe 2 or 3 exclusives coming out. But what they need to actually do is they need to, once they get this Activision Blizzard deal like locked down basically, just concentrate on making the games coming out for the consoles. You can acquire all the acquisition, you can acquire everything that you want, but if you're not delivering those games, it won't count. You know what I mean? It's just, So what I think Xbox need to do is just focus on getting those games out before they make any more acquisitions. Basically, do you know what I mean? But I do think Xbox will acquire some more companies, but I don't think it'll be till next year. I think that's it now for Xbox this year. I don't be surprised. I won't be surprised if there is any more this year, but I just think now that Activision Blizzard, it's the biggest ever deal, 69 billion. I think Xbox will just think it down a little bit, and then obviously wait till next year and go again probably. But PlayStation, I think before this year ends, we'll make maybe 1 or 2 more acquisitions. I really, really do. And I think it's going to be Square Enix or Ubisoft, maybe both. I don't know. Or they might make a surprise acquisition. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. I think, hmm, thing is, with Square Enix, most Square Enix games are already on PlayStation. So Ubisoft would definitely suit PlayStation better in my opinion. Thing is, a Ubisoft, they've got Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, they've got loads of good IPs, you know, and like I said there, I mean, Square Enix games are most exclusive to PlayStation anyway. Final Fantasies are most Final Fantasy games are anyway. You know what I mean? So, what I mean was to say, so Square Enix would make the most sense because Square Enix puts most of the games on PlayStation, but Ubisoft would be a big one, really big one. It really would be. Because Ubisoft games, loads of people complain about Ubisoft games, but I love Ubisoft. I love Ubisoft games, especially the Far Cry's. I love the Assassin's Creed games. They've even got an Avatar game coming out at the end of this year. I love Ubisoft games, I really do. But yeah, we might like I said there, we might even see an acquisition. We like wow, you know what I mean? Do you know, like how Microsoft bought Activision? Sony might just go, you know what, screw it, we're going to buy these, and like just wow was even more. Do you know what I mean? We don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what's going to be behind the scenes, but it is expected Sony now that Xbox and most likely get Activision Blizzard will make the next move and get another acquisition. It's it's inevitable. I think PlayStation will probably do it as well. Even Netflix will probably do it. That's just the way it is now these days. Different companies buying different publishers and all that sort of stuff. It's gonna go on for years. It really is. It's gonna be like it's like a good old console war. So yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to see what happens over the next few years. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. With this Activision Blizzard deal, am I really bothered about it? Not really. I mean, the only thing that's really I'm really looking forward to, of course, is the games on Game Pass. So obviously, the Diablos will be on Game Pass. Now, the new Call of Duty will not be on until I've read something on Twitter, 2025 or maybe the end of 2024. But the old Call of Duties should be able to go straight on. If I'm mistaken, I can't. We don't know what's going to be on the scenes. All the talks and all that good stuff. But the old Call of Duties will be on Game Pass, but the new ones won't come until possibly after 2025, I think I read. So don't expect this year's Call of Duty to be on Game Pass. Or the next year's possibly. It's going to be till 2025 till the new one. Now, is Call of Duty still going to be on PlayStation? Yeah. I think if Microsoft remove Call of Duty from PlayStation, that's a very big mistake. They lose out on a lot of money because PlayStation has got a very, very big player base when it comes to Call of Duty. So Call of Duty will still be on PlayStation. Like I said, Microsoft will just simply lose out if they take it off. You know. So yeah, like I said, the Activision deal, I'm not too, hyped, should I say. Yes, it's good for Game Pass, of course, but things are just the same. All games, most games, about 90% of the games will be still multi-platform. So it's nothing, it's nothing. All that means is obviously Microsoft's are getting the money, because obviously they've took over, the bought the buying Activision Blizzard, which now belong to Microsoft, so it's basically more money for Microsoft. That's more or less it. Nothing's changed really. Most games are going to be multi-platform, and of course the Activision games will be on Game Pass. But yeah, if you've got Game Pass, it's definitely amazing for you, of course. But yeah, like I said in the video there, guys, expect more changes to Xbox and PlayStation when they make more acquisitions. It's going to be a crazy few years, put it that way, to see what happens. So yeah, guys, that's a video done. And let's see what happens in the next few years. But my guess is PlayStation are going to buy Square Enix or maybe even Ubisoft. Now, before the video, a huge shout out to Smarties Line, and just for our streams, our YouTube members, don't forget if you become a YouTube member, you get a shout out at the end of every single video, just like this. So leave a comment below, guys. Who do you think PlayStation will buy next? Who do you think Xbox will buy next? Let me know in the comments, of course. Give the video a like. If you're new, subscribe, of course. You're all amazing. Take care. See you in the next video.